What's up guys, Tao here. So I've been using this kind of a monitor stand for quite some time now. Sometimes I want to change the height of the monitors, but on this one it's just not very practical at all. But now I have a new edition in my collection, so it's more flexible, it's height adjustable. So today I'll be sharing my thoughts on this kind of style of stand. Hopefully will help you guys to decide which style suits you the better. And plus, I think I just found perfect stand for this IKEA desk. Alright, first thing first, I personally would suggest you think about how you want to mount monitors and how many, what the size of it, and also where do you want to position on the desk. And maybe you want a primary monitor in front of you and maybe the secondary on the left and right. For example, my monitor setup, I personally prefer a centered monitor so I can have a main monitor work on, and the secondary is on the left or on the right. So I typically position the center point either on the left or on the right, so I have a prime monitor. For example, if this arm stretch all the way out, so that will be my primary monitor. On the right could be my secondary, so I can do this with the angle. Will be exactly like the current setup I have right now. Yeah, so think about those. So just give you a general idea how you want to plan before you go out to buy any monitor stand. All right, let's talk about this kind of style monitor stands. Overall, majority of them, they are very well built and quite sturdy. So if you do want to go this sort of style, or in fact any style monitor stand, I would suggest you get one of those with the two security screw mounts at the bottom. So that actually will give you more stability of the entire stand, especially if you have two larger monitor mounted at the same time. And one of the drawback, at least in my opinion, is the center support arm. It's okay. I mean, I've been using this for quite some times. If you do put on the side of the table or the desk, more likely you will see this center support arm. It's okay, but sometimes I just wish I can hide this center point completely, depending how you arrange the monitors. So it might not be possible hide this completely. But that's one of the reasons why I switched to the new style. So there's no center support, center arm at all. So make the whole setup look a little bit more pleasant on the eyes. Now, in terms of the adjustments with this sort of stands, typically they have really good adjustments. You have a horizontal adjustment like so, and also you can adjust a micro position. When I say micro position, is you can adjust the distance between the arm, so you can do this sort of adjustment, not just fully extend arm. And also you can do the actual monitor adjust norm. Typically you can get a 360-degree adjustment. The height adjustment, technically you can adjust the height adjustment with the central support arm, but it's quite cumbersome to adjust them. You're gonna have to unscrew the central, most of them, you have to unscrew the center Allen keys and adjust it. It's possible, but if you have two monitors mounted already, it's gonna be quite difficult for you to adjust them. However, there are some new generation of the mounts with a center arm and a gas spring height adjustment. Those are pretty good, but if you still want to adjust the height of the center arm, unfortunately you're gonna still have to use the Allen key to adjust the actual center height. So yeah, however, but if you just want to mount two monitors or one monitor, whatever you wanted, and you don't move them at all, or you rarely move them, and those are fine, and they are quite sturdy. All right, next, let's talk about second style monitor mounts. First thing first, for you guys who own this IKEA mount desk, good news for you guys. I think I just found a perfect mounting system for this desk. If you have this desk, you know it's a pain in the neck to mount any monitor stands, because with the cable management runway underneath, it's almost impossible to mount any sort of stands without spending so much time trying to figure out how to mount them. I actually did a video before this to explain how you mount them, but I think this particular monitor stand, the mounting system, probably is the best for this desk. So if you are IKEA MALM desk owner, I think this may be the best choice for you. Alright, let's talk about the adjustment. One of the biggest advantage of this sort of monitor stand is it's fully adjustable, including the height. It's very easy to adjust, and because the center point actually is very close to desk, there's no center mounting arm, so you won't actually see anything between the two monitors like now. I'm actually very happy with this. It's not like I don't like the other one, it's just this is so much pleasant on eyes to see it. And also in terms the movement, the maneuver movement, this particular one is gas spring arm, so it's a lot smoother when you go up and down, left and right, as even though you rotate them, so you feels like quite smooth. However, there's one thing I actually noticed, that this sort of a monitor arm, once the arm is fully extended, for example like this right now, when you actually move the desk, the monitor actually is starting to wobbly, maybe because the arm is fully extended, so there's a lot of movement if you just slightly tap it, but that is expected. Maybe I'm just being very picky. And if you do have a large monitor, the one I'm having right now is 27-inch. If you have a large monitor, I probably would suggest you get something more substantial in terms of the build quality and maybe heavy duty arm to accommodate larger monitors. Now, in terms of mounting the stand, depends on how you actually position your desk. For me, I normally against the desk to the wall, so I personally prefer mount them on either side of the desk, so I can have a primary monitor like this and a secondary monitor either on the right or on the left. So I found this style, it's easier for me to maneuver the secondary monitor as well as the prime monitor. Now, one thing you might want to just take into account, that if you do want to mount in the center of the desk, so you may lose a lot of desk space, purely because if the wall is really close, you might have to put the monitor forward and just to give some gap to the monitor stand. So if you want to do that, just be prepared, you will lose some of the desk space. So which means you're going to be a little bit closer to the monitor. So if you mount on the side of the desk, and you can push the monitor as far back as possible, and you will have more desk space. Now, this is just how I do it in terms of what you want to do, and you might have a different situation, you might have a different preference, but I would suggest you think about it before you actually just decide to go whichever style you prefer. So think about that. Alright guys, thank you very much for watching. Hopefully this video helped you to decide which style you prefer according to your situation and your preference. If you like the video, please smash the like button and maybe consider subscribe and also share the video. So see you guys in the next video.